One of the main goals of Stoicism is to follow the nature, which is to say that we should be in harmony with nature. Rather than swimming against the tide, Stoic advise us to swim with the tide. We should not resist those things which are according to nature. When we flow with the tides and current of nature, we experience least amount of resistance and our work is done effortlessly. If we decide to go against nature, then we will experience many kinds of obstacles and problems which are caused by nature. To live a smooth and effortless life, Stoic advise us to go with the flow of nature and resist only those things which are not in harmony with nature. Take traffic for example. When we follow the traffic rules correctly made by the government of the country, then we can avoid a lot of accidents and traffic jams. When we don't follow traffic rules, we face many traffic jams and face many accidents which could lead to death also. So from this analogy, we can see that when we don't follow the rules of nature, our lives become difficult to live and sometimes it even leads to loss of something precious. Many people on this earth drink alcohol and consume drugs to get some amount of pleasure. But according to Stoicism and medical science, consumption of drugs and alcohol is not good for our body, which means that consuming these things are against the law of nature. But still, many people consume these things and face many kinds of diseases which are caused by drugs and alcohol, and sometimes they may also lose their life. The consequence of not following nature, or in other words, of going against nature, only brings more misery and troubles in life. When we follow nature, then we experience peace and tranquility, which remains with us as long as we follow nature. And this peace is far more better than consuming of drugs and alcohol. According to Stoicism, one must strive to be in harmony with nature even in the midst of serious and difficult situations. According to the Stoics, we must realize that nature is more intelligent and wiser than us and can take care of our problems. For example, whenever there is a bleeding of blood from a small cut of hand, then what happens? According to medical science, the bleeding is stopped by clotting of blood by blood platelets. This process is automatic and gets done without even realizing. Within a minute, the bleeding stops. This process is not carried by you but by your body. Your body can take care of itself. This is what Stoics wanted to say. Whenever there is a problem in life, we should follow the dichotomy of control and realize that some things are not in our control and some things are in our control. Then after this, do everything which is in your control and give 100% to it. After doing all those things which you can do, leave the rest to nature. The reason behind why Stoics were so calm and peaceful is that they have understood and applied the dichotomy of control and mastered the art of following nature. If you want to understand the dichotomy of control, then the link is in I button. How can you be anxious and worried, my friend, if you have understood and applied these Stoic principles in life? You should apply the dichotomy of control and follow nature as it is. Do everything which is under your control and leave rest to nature, and nature will deal with your problems in its own way. You don't tell the cells of your body to do metabolic activities. It performs its action efficiently and doesn't take instructions from you. Then why do you take unnecessary tension and worry for the things which are out of your control? Keep one thing straight in your mind, that nature is far more wiser and intelligent than you and can take care of our problems better than us. Stoics advise us and their students to let go of those things which are out of our control in the hands of nature and trust nature completely from our side. When dealing with serious life problems, Stoics used to apply the dichotomy of control and leave the rest to nature. They also knew that by letting nature do its part is the best solution of our problems. Look around yourself and see how beautiful nature is. Can the technology of human stand against it? In front of the beauty of nature, the man-made beauty stands nowhere. Same goes with life too. Do all the things which are in your control and leave the rest to nature. At first, it may look like a sign of weakness, But when you let nature do those things which are out of your control, you will realize and see the power of nature in solving your problems. So according to Stoicism, letting nature do its work is actually a sign of power. If we try to follow nature for the first time, then we will experience some kind of resistance from the mind. This is because the mind is accustomed to resist nature for majority of its time, and now you are making it to follow nature. There is some inertia in it, but it will slowly pass as your mind will become accustomed to get peace of mind and have smooth flowing life. Stoics molded their life in such a way which is harmonious with nature and always remained in peace.